was 16 and got my license, my mom's boss offered me $50 every weekend to come in and clean the office. I happily took her up on the offer, figuring it was gas money at the very least. The office was located in between the Stones Throw Bar and the State Theater. Both of those buildings were known to be haunted by different spirits. The Stones Throw is haunted by an angry spirit who has been known for breaking bottles and moving things. At the State Theater, people can hear that spirit clanking chains and making other noises. Mom's office was smack dab in the middle of both, so anyone who worked in that office for a period of time experienced something paranormal. Commonly, we would hear footsteps coming up the long staircase or the toilet flushing in one of the bathrooms. You could definitely feel a presence, especially during the nighttime office hours. One particular weekend, I made my way in to clean and got more than I bargained for. I wasn't particularly someone who scared easily. I was one to get excited when we heard footsteps or other noises. I would go out and check and come back and exclaim, "It was just the ghost again." I forgot to mention that sometimes I would also work during office hours, helping write up invoices or get tickets ready to send out. But this particular day, it was a Sunday, and I had about an hour's worth of cleaning to complete. I planned to also deep clean the staircase because it was full of salt and sand from a long winter. I made my way into the building, locked the door behind me tightly, and clambered up the large staircase. This day, I felt the presence. Some days you didn't feel or hear anything. To paint a picture for you, at the top of the long staircase, you could either go straight and find a few doors to rooms not being used, the men's and women's bathroom, and a large, dark storage room. If you took an immediate left at the top of the staircase and took another immediate left, you ran into the office door. This building was old, so it smelled old, looked old, and made creaks and other noises that old buildings make. I got into the office, grabbed the cleaning supplies, and started wiping down the areas of desks that were exposed enough to clean. That part always took the least amount of time. As I was grabbing garbages and replacing them with new empty bags, I heard a thud down the hallway. The storage room at the end of the hallway always creeped me out, so I didn't go any closer to it than I had to. I shook my head, thinking, "Don't feed into it, you're alone and it's creepy here, there's nothing actually going on." But later, I was about to go step on the power button for the vacuum when I heard distinct footsteps coming up the old staircase. I froze and listened, first figuring the boss had come in to grab the business checkbook or something. But no one came in. So again, about to step on the power pedal, I heard the footsteps proceed down the hallway after a long pause. I felt uncomfortable because usually you would just hear the footsteps, and once they hit the top of the stairs, they would stop. So I wondered if I had somehow not locked the downstairs door and someone wandered in. I bravely made my way out to the hall, but there was no one around. I was actually relieved that there wasn't anyone standing there. To me, other humans are more scary than ghosts. After I vacuumed, it was time to tackle the bathrooms. There were 2 single bathrooms and only 4 employees, so it really wasn't a tough cleaning job. I was in the women's bathroom finishing up when I heard footsteps right outside the bathroom. I was too afraid to turn around at first. I was again feeling such a presence that I was sure someone was about to be behind me. But no one. I finished the 2 bathrooms and was mopping the second one when I heard a crash in the storage room. I didn't even know what was kept in there. I never went down there for any reason, but for some reason, I felt brave this day and figured I should check. It took a few seconds to get my legs to work because I really wasn't fond of the idea of going in there. I didn't even know where the light switch was, but I got down there to the big open doorway and swore I saw someone, or something, at the end of the room. Okay, I thought to myself, I have to get back to the office, to a phone, and to my keys. I was stuck. If that was an intruder, I didn't have anything with me to defend myself or call for help. Back then, there were no smartphones. My little cell phone that could barely text, let alone search the internet, was all the way down in the office room in my purse with my car keys. I slowly started backing up, seeing if they were going to follow, but just like that, they were gone out of eyesight. I've never ran so fast in my entire life, and I was a cheerleader at the time. I spun around and ran back to the office. Out of breath, I locked the office door behind me, contemplating my next move now that I got halfway to safety. If I called the cops, I would have to make it down the stairs to unlock the door for them anyway, so I might as well just grab my phone and purse and get out into my car and then decide who I was going to call, if anyone. I was making my way down the stairs at a good pace when I heard footsteps behind me. I knew this was it. Someone was going to grab me from behind, and there was nothing I could do. So I whipped around, prepared to beg and plead, hand over my car keys if I needed to. But no one was there. I began to realize it wasn't a human. It was all paranormal, even the shadowy figure in a black hoodie that I saw in the storage room. I still rushed the rest of the way down the stairs, locked the door tight once I got outside, and ran to my car, which I was lucky enough to be able to park right in front of the building. Once inside my car, I let out the biggest sigh of relief. That was the scariest, most active day I'd ever experienced in that building, and I never cleaned the office alone again. I started coming in on Friday afternoons when my mom was still there. That's another one of my true paranormal stories, and we had many more experiences in that building. She worked in that building for around 10 years, so we had plenty, but that particular experience was my scariest. Thanks for hanging with me for another one of my personal paranormal stories. If you have one you want me to share in an upcoming video, email it to the address in the description below. Like and share if you've made it this far. And with that, see you tomorrow, friends.